Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. It's Europa League. It's the round of 32. And remember, some of these sides, they started off their campaign in the Champions League. I've got Martin, who, by the way, is having to sit on a cushion because he's that hot. He will burn his chair. He went 5-0 in La Liga over the weekend. La Liga really starting to hot up. So make sure you don't miss that show on Friday, 11:30 Eastern Time. But if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. Ring the bell means that if we change the schedule, we'll notify you so you'll never miss any content again. If you go and press the link in the description, that'll take you over to the articles wrote by either Martin or Alex or Tan. But every single sport that we cover here on SBR is accompanied by an article. Now, listen, if it is your first time, then please subscribe. It's important to press the thumbs up. Shows a little bit of appreciation. We've got 10 games. If there is any other games that I have not covered there, then please say in the chat, and I will try and ask the boys if they've got an opinion. But the 10 games that we've got, I'm pretty sure that we're going to find some great value. Early on, there's 28 of you watching already, nearly 50% thumbs up. Not too worried about that because I know that that's going to grow. Alongside Martin, we have Alex. Alex knows everything about the European teams. No pressure, Alex. What are you looking forward to, Alex?
I'm looking for goals in Europa League. We love goals in these knockout stages. I don't know if Martin will be on the same page with me. I wish he will, but I have 5 tips for this round of fixtures for the first round of the last 32. Because again, we are talking about two-leg ties. So yeah, 5 tips, and all of them include the goal. All of them are from the goal market.
Okay, well, Barcelon's already saying hello, and we've already got Let's Go going. No Rangers. Well, we'll talk about that as we go along. Listen, we've got 10 games, so we might as well crack on. I'm going to come to you first, Alex, because it's like a local side to you. It's Slavia Prague at plus 245, draw plus 250, and Leicester at plus 10. And also, Alex, if there's any of these games that are not being played at their normal venue, the home venue, and they're going to be played at neutral ground, can you let people know, please?
Yes, no, this match is played in Prague, so it's a normal venue for Prague, who are destroying everyone in their domestic leagues. In their domestic league, they are always fighting with Slavia with Sparta, but this time Slavia is 10 points at the top of the table there. Very good defensive side. But we are talking right now about their domestic league. Decent team, also some good players. I watched their games many times, to be honest, and I really like what I'm seeing there. Lots of creativity. And on the other side, we have a Leicester side that probably will rest many of their key players, because we know about the English teams, the Premier League sides, who in the Europa League, because this is not Champions League, like Arsenal, like Leicester, they're always reshuffling a bit their squad for this second tier of European competitions. So to be honest, if it is to go with something there, 1.75 for both teams to score should be a good bet to take.
Is that because of Prague's confidence at home? They're beating everyone, or will they show a little bit more restraint? Because if they do overcommit, the one thing that Leicester have been brilliant at, Martin, in the Europa League, is hitting teams on the break and being ruthless.
Yeah, I just think Leicester have been brilliant all season, really. They're exceeding all expectations once again under Brendan Rodgers, who's shown himself to be a very strong tactician in my book. He switched to that diamond formation at the weekend and they got a 3-1 win against Liverpool. Great for their fans to see Maddison, Vardy and Harvey Barnes all on the score sheet. I think they'll carry a great deal of confidence into this game. And they were excellent in the group stage as well. They beat Braga 4-0 and Braga were looking good. Everyone was saying Braga will give them a really good game there. They absolutely wiped the floor with Braga. They fielded a weakened team for the second, for the reverse fixture, and they went 3-0 down, I think. But sent Vardy on towards the end and picked up a 3-3 draw. As soon as they play their big guns, they can overrun any of these teams in the Europa League. I appreciate that Slavia Prague are in very good form in the domestic league. They're actually still unbeaten. 21 games. I think it's 19 wins and 2 draws, 0 defeats. But the calibre and the golfing class between the English Premier League and the Czech First League is huge. So I'm backing Leicester to go there and get a famous away win.
Also, don't forget, Sean MCK is making a good point on the chat. In this part of the world right now, the weather is very, very bad. We are talking about ice on the pitches. We are talking about a lot of snow. So be careful also about that kind of thing. I don't think that Leicester will risk their players to get injured for the more important matches in the Premier League. This is why I think that they will replace many of their key players and play their bench players. But still, the value is with Leicester. And don't shake your head, Martin, please.
So this is just to let everyone know, because obviously
Leicester will have to fancy that they can win this competition. They played a strong team in
Leicester win the competition.
Players. You're in the last 32 of the Europa League.
Go on, we don't mind that. Fight. Listen, he's got a point though, Alex, because Leicester on their day can beat absolutely anyone.
Win the competition? No, you must be kidding here, right?
Well,
there are a lot of other teams better than them. And I think that Premier League is what they are focusing right now.
Yeah, and the other thing, obviously, on the other side of the coin is it's very, very tough for English sides to win Europa League because obviously the Premier League is so demanding. Now, remember, this is 2 legs. So there may, as Alex is telling you about the weather, there may be a few games where both teams score and it's under. So you're looking at 1-1 draws because teams do not want to have a massive deficit. I've gone Leicester. Martin's gone Leicester. Alex has gone both teams to score. So that means we want 2-1 Leicester, which does actually throw out the unders. Okay, I'm coming to you first then, Martin, because you just mentioned Braga. They're decent. They could be overpriced because we don't know what we're going to get from the visitors. It's Braga at plus 245, draw plus 280, and Roma at a skinny plus 110. If the Roma turns up that we saw in Serie A over the weekend, this is going to be an absolute cracker.
Yeah, I think Braga did really show their limitations for me in that first game against Leicester. I know they got a 3-3 draw in the reverse fixture, like I said, but that was when Leicester rested a lot of players. And as soon as they put their big guns on, they pulled it back to 3-3. Again, it's if Roma bother and play a full starting 11, then I think they can go there and I think they can win it. But it's a lineup check for me. Obviously, they're in great form in Serie A, and I'm not sure what sort of team they're going to put out. So, as things stand, I'm not betting on this one.
Lineup check is exactly what I wrote, Alex. But the big thing is now, if we find out that both teams are at full strength, then surely a score draw and over 2.5 is an absolute moral.
Yeah, pre-game, this is the Alex Classic is the way to go, or even both teams to score at 1.85. Let's not forget that AS Roma lost against CSKA Sofia on the road. Okay, in the very bad pitch. To be honest, also they lost. They conceded against the Young Boys Bern on the road again. I think that Braga are very decent right now in the Portuguese league, and they are fighting for that second position there. So I really think that Braga can't find the back of the net. Yes, if Roma will start with the best start, what they have best at their disposal, I think that they will have. It's a really good chance for them to solve the qualification issue from the first round. But let's not forget that they also have an away game, very important away game against Benevento, a very unpredictable team next weekend in Serie A.
Okay, Martin, also, if you can get up on your screen, please, the outrights for the Europa League, because as we go down these games, if either of you or I think that this is a side that can actually go, I can come to you and you can then just shout out what the price is to actually win the title.
So for now, he mentioned Leicester at 15.
Yeah, I was thinking that. What are Leicester?
15 to win.
Yeah, Leicester are fifth in the betting after Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, and AC Milan. So, best price you can get on Leicester is 15 to 1. And I think that means that Slavia Prague are out at 200 to 1.
Yeah, I mean, so there again, that tells you. But remember, it's over 2 legs, and it's just going through, and also it's to actually win it. But at the moment, okay, Leicester at 15 to 1. Let's have a little look. Alex, Benfica plus 195, draw plus 275, and Arsenal at plus 135. Arsenal, realistic contenders if they've got a proper side out. But again, it's tough for a Premier League side to go and win the Europa League.
And it's tough for a Premier League side to go away against a team like Benfica to win and to destroy the other team. It's very tough because, again, as you specified earlier, we are talking about the 2 legs. The second leg will be played at Arsenal Stadium. So, again, I think that Arsenal at their home, I think that they will put 2-3 on them. But away in Portugal, I think that they will also concede. And it's, again, a lineup checker for me, but I'm going all the way with the Alex Classic at even money here.
Wow, I tell you what, I've got it. This is like news flash. I feel like I'm a newsreader because 6-a-side 100 said I'm betting my house and my children on Benfica, Martin. Well, I tell you what, at least his rent will be cheaper and he won't have to pay so much for the kids if he has to get rid of them as well. Maybe keep the house and just bet the children 6-a-side.
This game is being played at the Stadio Olimpico, where Roma and Lazio, Italy, played in a neutral stadium because there's a travel ban between the UK and Portugal. So while Arsenal are ostensibly the away team, both of these teams are really the away team. So, you know,
and Arsenal, and the second leg is played at Karaiskakis in Athens, I think.
That'll help Arsenal because was it not Olympiacos who went to the Emirates and won? Knocked him out of the Champions League.
Yes. Yeah, it was when Aubameyang missed the chance from about 4 yards out last season, and
so Arsenal are no shoe-in. Arsenal are no shoe-in at the Emirates. They're probably better off away from home, Martin.
Yeah, I do think this does play into Arsenal's hands quite well because they don't have to go for a tricky away trip to Lisbon, where Benfica can be pretty strong. And I think it's a good time to face Benfica. When the draw was made, Benfica were in really good form and Arsenal were in absolute dire straits. Since then, Benfica have kind of fallen away a bit in the Primera Liga. They've only won 1 of their last 5 games. And Arsenal, while they're inconsistent, they did get that morale-boosting victory against Leeds at the weekend. And I think
they will play City, and they will play City this weekend.
Yeah, I just think there's no point in resting any players for Man City because you're going to lose to Man City anyway. They've got no chance of going anywhere in the Premier League. They're going to finish mid-table at this rate. They're out of both cup competitions already. So this is Arsenal's only realistic chance of silverware. And it also gives you a route potentially into the Champions League if you can somehow manage to win it. So I think they'll take this game really seriously. More impressed with Arsenal since Emile Smith-Rowe came into the team. Saka's played well. Yeah, Aubameyang's back among the goals, and even Lacazette's back among the goals as well. So, I think Arsenal can go and get a result there. I've got Arsenal draw no bet. What did I get on Arsenal draw no bet yesterday? I got
minus 135.
I got minus 118 yesterday, and I wrote an article today. It was minus 135 at Bovada.
Okay, I wanted to ask you if you think that they will concede or not, because this is the question here.
They've got. I mean, you can never say that Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet, can you?
This is the question, right?
They'll probably concede. I mean, they've got. He seems to love playing David Luiz at the moment, so it'll probably be David Luiz.
Lovely, lovely.
You're always liable to concede with David Luiz in the team, and Granit Xhaka in midfield. You know, they make a lot of mistakes, but I expect Arsenal to score as well. So, yeah, if you want to go down the both teams to score route, I would definitely say that. And if you're going Alex Classic, that works for me because I reckon Arsenal will concede, but I still think they'll get a result. So, 2-1.
I would love for Benfica to win this one and bet my house on Arsenal to qualify in the second round.
Whoa, don't start all that.
Okay, my mother-in-law.
Mrs. Classic Tips will be kicking your ass. I know that.
Mother-in-law, she's more expendable.
And by the way, Rampage, I was ad-libbing because I know that 6-a-side said he'll bet his house and his clothes. but clothes, that's boring. So let's bet his children, okay? So never let the truth get in the way of a good story. You'll learn that as you get older, Rampage. Okay, next time. Oh, it's great timing, Martin, because it's about your boys, the young boys. You love the young boys. At plus 260, draw 280, and Leverkusen at plus 110. The old ones are the best, Martin.
Well, this is what your favourite team, isn't it?
Oh, here we go.
I know you've got pictures of young boys all over your house, and you've got them on your screen.
I love their kit. That's the kit
as well.
We should all be wearing the young boys kit.
I just know how much you love young boys, but I'm not really into young boys, so I don't have anything on this game, and I don't want to put a tip for it.
Well, see, I think that you're missing a trick here, because I think there's goals on the card. Remember, young boys, they have an AstroTurf pitch, which Leverkusen, in my eyes, will absolutely love, because Leverkusen are probably one of the most purest footballing teams. And in my experience, when you go on AstroTurf, you need to be able to accept the ball, pass the ball, move the ball. And Alex, that's exactly what Leverkusen do.
This is exactly what Leverkusen do, and yes, they will love that pitch, and this is why Leverkusen are favorites to win it at 2.1. I think that is a decent price. Leverkusen always played their best starting 11 in Europa League. You can check their history. So I think that this is a no-brainer. Also, I think that the young boys better, because Leverkusen lately are struggling to keep clean sheets. This is not their best weapon. The defense is not at all what a team like, for example, Bayern Munich will say. Not Bayern Munich that played with Arminia Bielefeld, the Bayern Munich in a normal condition, in a focused condition, you know. But everyone can score against Leverkusen, and the young boys are not a bad side at all. This is why they are here in the knockout stages. I think that this is where they will stop, and this is why Leverkusen are huge favorites to qualify. But besides the Leverkusen to win at 2.1, I also have the Alex Classic, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.91.
Okay, that's minus 110 or minus 109, but say minus 110. I think Leverkusen win the game, Alex. Okay, let's move on, because I tell you what, this is a tricky old game. I think it's a moral that both teams score, Alex. It's Sociedad at plus 225, draw plus 265, Man United minus 120. Sociedad, along with Sevilla, are probably one of the two form sides. Maybe Batista, because Batista are flying at the moment as well in La Liga. But this will not be an easy game for Barcelona.
Let's not forget about Barcelona, that they are in shape in La Liga right now.
But Barcelona are a giant. Listen, you get no value.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, because the thing is with Barcelona, even when they were going on that dodgy streak, they were minus 350 to win a game.
Yes, true.
Whereas Sociedad and Sevilla and now Betis, who are coming in there, even though they're like won 5 out of the last 6, and they're playing it in a manner that you really don't want to be going up against them, you're still getting plus money.
What I think is that Manchester United are real contenders to this Europa League, to be honest. And I think that they will take it very, very serious. And at 2.1 to win this away game. And this away game will be played in a neutral venue at Allianz Arena. But I still think that Real Sociedad, with the players the squad that they have at their disposal, both teams to score at 1.7 is a no-brainer here.
Both teams to score at minus 135, which is 1.7 for the those that use the European books. I don't see Sociedad getting beat here, though, Martin. I think the midfield battle, they'll make sure they defend deep so they don't get caught on the break. Because the one thing about Man United, which does go back to years past, is they can spring you and they have pace on both wings and down the middle.
Yeah, I do think this is a really tricky draw for Man United. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago, they were in terrific form on a long unbeaten streak, but the wheels seem to have come off again since that defeat to Sheffield United. They're losing pace with Man City at the top of the table. All those Ollie out hashtags are coming back on Twitter. Whereas Sociedad are really finding their feet again in La Liga. They've looked very solid in recent weeks. Since David Silva's come back, that's given them a tremendous boost. Isak's on fire up front. This is a difficult game for Man United. So yeah, I'm also staying away from the outrights, and I'm also going both teams to score.
I've gone both teams to score as well. That's a full house. All three of us agreeing. So cue the 0-0 or 1-0 or 2-0. Yeah, I think both teams to score. Listen, I think that midfield battle is going to be... The big thing about Sociedad is they love to pass the ball. And Villarreal a couple of weeks ago went 1-0 up against Sociedad, and they just kept their heads and destroyed them for 70 minutes. So for me, Sociedad are going to score. I think Man United have got to score. So I think the 1-1 draw is definitely on the cards, minimum. Okay, Martin, Molde or Molde, plus 560. Draw, plus 380. And Hoffenheim at minus 215. Are Hoffenheim any value at minus 215? They've been going great guns in Bundesliga. They're scoring goals every week. But I tell you what, we talk about weather. It's not going to be nice in Molde.
It's not going to be nice in Molde, is it? No. I don't rate Molde particularly highly. They finished well behind Bodo Glimt in the race for the Elitserien this season. One thing that does, I guess, count in their favour is that they haven't played for about 10, 11 days because the season's now finished in Norway. You could see that as a blessing or a curse. They'll be fresh for this game, but maybe they'll be a tiny bit rusty. I expect Hoffenheim to win it. Yeah, they've been very good. Haven't seen them play too many times this season, but when I have seen them, they've been very impressive going forward. And Molde didn't exactly coat themselves in glory during the group stage. So yeah, I'd be thinking Hoffenheim win. Just not sure how they'll win. So at those odds, can't really go for it.
No, nor me. Alex, before I come to you, 105 watching, 34 thumbs up, no thumbs down. We don't mind thumbs down neither because it shows that you're actually interacting with the show. 34 into 105 is about 33%. Okay, maybe 32.9. Okay, Hoffenheim minus 215. Do they win, Alex?
Neutral stadium, Estadio de la Ceramica in Spain.
Where's that? Where is that, Alex?
In Villarreal.
Okay.
What Molde is happening with them? They only played 2 friendly matches in the last 2 months and a half. They finished their season in 19th of December, and I don't know how fit they will be. I don't know how ready they will be for this matchup. But on the other side, Hoffenheim are missing many players. They played incredibly good against Dortmund. They were very unlucky not to win that game. But I cannot play them at 1.5, when they are missing Kramaric, Richard, Sessegnon, and many other of them. So I think that they will win, but stick them in Naka if you want. I think that Hoffenheim wins this game.
Maybe the biggest value is in both teams score, but we don't know how Molde are going to turn up. We don't know if they're ready.
Yeah, I don't know.
So put a line through it. Yeah, don't even bother because that's the type of side that's going to let you down in your parlay. Because if Molde are ready and they're fresh, then it could be a tricky old time. Hoffenheim have had a lot of tough games recently, but they are the better side. But whether you can put your money on them, I don't know. Now, coin flip time, Alex, because we've got Lille at plus 175, draw plus 250. Ajax also at plus 175. Got to be goals because both sides think they can win this game.
This is why I don't understand why the both team to score is priced at 1.7. I think that is a very good price. Lille fighting for the title in Ligue 1. Really impressed with their style of play lately. I think that the last time they lost a match was at the beginning of January against Angers. Very good run of form, despite that 0-0 against Brest. What impressed me is that in the last, I don't know how many, 6 matches, they kept 6 clean sheets. But on the other side, we have Ajax, a goal-scoring machine. Ajax will be without their striker Sebastian Haller, whom they signed, but they mistakenly forgot to add him on the 25-player squad for Europa League. So it can happen to the big names, those kind of mistakes. Their main goalkeeper, Onana, tested positive for a substance, and right now Probably he will be banned from playing for about 1-2 years. We are not sure 100% what is happening with him. On the other side, Lille extremely decent up in the attack. They have Timothy Weah, another American player, son of George Weah, if you remember him.
Well, I remember George Ware's cousin, because he came, Ali Dyer. But he wasn't. He came to Southampton on trial, and we gave him a game, and he went on as sub and got brought off as well, and never to be seen again. And listen, I'm closer to George Ware's family than the lad.
So yeah, the very good youngster. They have many young players. This is what I love in this Lille team. They will never stay to defend. They are always on the front foot. So both teams to score seems like a no-brainer at 1.7.
Martin, do you trust Lille? Because I tell you what, at plus 175 at home, I just feel as if they're just too big. Draw no bet. Lille must be around plus 100.
Yeah, I think Lille look attractive. Most of the bookmakers, to be honest, have Lille as the underdog. Most of them have Ajax as the favourite. I mean, they're both plus money, but the way the money's gone now, Ajax are the clear favourites to win this game, which doesn't really reflect both teams' prowess on the pitch to me. Lille unbeaten in 8 games. They're a point ahead of PSG in the Ligue 1 title race. And they're a quality team in attack. Jonathan David and Jonathan Ikone up front are quality. And they've got just a lot of depth. They've got Boubakary Samare, who can come into this team, and Sven Botman to form a strong spine. I do think they're a really good side, and I think a lot of people are taking them quite lightly. Obviously, Ajax are in very good form in the Eredivisie. It's not the most competitive of leagues, and they normally dominate it. But I don't think they're the same team in terms of quality as the one that reached the Champions League semi-finals a couple of years ago. There's no De Jong, there's no Van der Beek, there's no De Ligt from that team. They've brought in some sort of older, more experienced players, but I still don't really see as much quality from them. I don't think missing Sebastian Haller is going to be too problematic after what we saw from him at West Ham, but maybe he's improved since he's gone to Amsterdam. They've got Traore, haven't they, who's reasonably sharp. So I could see them maybe getting on the score sheet in this one, but can't see Lille losing it. So yeah, I'm going Lille, draw no bet.
Minus 105, the boys are telling me in the chat. By the way, 121 of you, now 45 thumbs up. I'm just going to give you like 2 seconds, which 2 seconds when I'm on air is like 3 weeks. Press the thumbs up. See the thing that goes blue? Press it, because that means that YouTube know that you're actually enjoying the show and people haven't tied you to a chair and made you watch us. Okay, moving on. Because
I like what is happening on the chat, because Derek is saying Lille are frauds. I was
going to ask him about that, Alex. Why are they frauds, Derek?
And Abul Emin Gise is saying that Lille are fraud shows that you don't watch Ligue 1. They have the best defender in the league, Sven Botman, who signed to Liverpool and has been kept fresh for the game against Ajax. A lot of players from that Lille team will leave at the end of the season.
Like always.
Two big names. And exactly. And again, Lille, this is why they are fighting for the title this season, because they have a really, really good squad. But next season, again, there will be a mid-table team, unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember when Aubameyang played on the right wing. He was on loan from Milan. There was Breniac. There was Cabaye. There was Thuram. Honest, the list was endless in that side. Hazard was on the bench. There you go. Hazard on the bench. That's how good they were. And then obviously they all went, and then they have to start the cycle again. It's a tricky game. I think both teams do score. We're looking maybe, I might do get the boys to have a little chat about a 3-team parlay, because it looks like the 3-team parlay will be both teams to score in all 3 games. And this next game looks like both teams to score, if ever I saw it, Martin. Salzburg. Goal, just listen, we score 3, you've got to score 4 to beat us. Salzburg plus 125, draw plus 275, and Villarreal at plus 225. Villarreal coming off a defeat at the weekend, throwing away leads right, left and centre in the last few weeks. 1-0 up against Sociedad, 2-0 up away last week. I think it was to Eibar. or Elche, and they're not finishing off games. Goals in this game, Martin.
You would expect goals, wouldn't you? I didn't add it to my list of tips because I haven't really seen enough of Red Bull Salzburg this season. Watched them, a year or two ago quite a lot, and they had a very...
Oh, they just go gun-ho. I'm
not sure how... Well, yeah, I'm just not so sure how good they are since Haaland left and, Minamino. They lost a few key players and... Yeah. I know they're doing well in their domestic league, but it does look like an attractive price on Villarreal because they are in dreadful form in La Liga, but they still are a very good team. And they signed a couple of decent players from Valencia in the summer, and they brought Etienne Capoue in. So they've got a strong midfield, Moreno up front who can put them away, Paco Alcácer can score goals. So, yeah, I definitely wouldn't put you off both teams to score. It's just always a bit difficult with Unai Emery and his teams, whether he's going to set them up also to go gung-ho or whether they're going to be quite conservative. So, yeah, both teams to score probably does look like the way forward in this one, even though Villarreal's form hasn't been great. I still expect them to qualify.
Listen, they've got European pedigree. They've got players that are used to playing on the big stage. Alex, on the other side of the coin with Salzburg, we've got players who know that if they perform on the big stage, there's big clubs in neighbouring Germany that will take them.
There are big clubs who are taking players from Salzburg, as you said, from Germany, and those names are probably going in Premier League after 1-2 years, or in La Liga or wherever. But let's be honest, Salzburg had a really, really tough Champions League group stage with Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid. And they came third because they were in front of Lokomotiv Moscow. They scored 10 goals in their matches. They scored against Atletico Madrid at home, on the road, 2 goals. They scored 2 goals against Bayern Munich. They beat Lokomotiv Moscow. So I think that this is a type of team, like you said, that they are a little bit crazy and they are going all in any match, in every single match. They are the type of Spezia, Crotone type of teams, So we love that as neutral fans because I don't support Villarreal, I don't support Salzburg. Whoever is the best team to go through, I don't mind. But yes, I'm seeing an entertaining match, as Martin said about Villarreal. And you said European pedigree there with a very, very good squad. Above average, who are doing good results in La Liga. So yeah, the Alex Classic here at 1.91 should be a winning bet.
Martin, I'm throwing you under the bus a little bit here because I'm asking you to find some information or someone in the chat. What is over 2.5 goals? Is it going to be like minus 200 or something?
The over 2.5 is low, I think. This is why 1.65.
Okay, 1.65. So that is what? Minus 150. I think we see 3 goals. I really do. So, and I see both teams scoring. So the Alex Classic is the way to go at minus 110. Now, a lot of people think that this next side, they are ready. They are going to be picking up silverware. Do I think they're going to win Serie A? No, I don't. Do I think they're going to be top 3? Yes, I do. It's Red Star at plus 300, draw plus 270, and Milan at minus 105. Martin.
Yeah, this is a really difficult game in some ways because obviously Milan lost at the weekend and they've got the big Milan derby coming up. But I think it makes sense to... One school of thought would say you should rest players and prepare for the Milan derby when you're fighting for the title. But in a way, it kind of makes sense to me to get back to winning ways, build up momentum and go into that game on a more positive note. So even with, I think Rebic is injured, I still think they should have enough firepower here to get the better of Red Star Belgrade. I probably would prefer to see a lineup check just to see who's going to start. But, if you've got Zlatan Ibrahimovic up front with Çalhanoğlu behind him, pulling the strings, Leao wreaking havoc. Even though Red Star Belgrade are top of the Serbian league, I think it's a similar situation to Slavia Prague. They're dominant in their domestic league, but when you come up against the heavyweight of European football, you often get found out. So I do think it's really good odds on AC Milan. And I've already bet on them. If I see that they've put a strong lineup out, I'll bet more on them because the odds are currently dropping on AC Milan. So if you do want to back them, you're probably advised to get on them reasonably soon.
Can I just jump all over the chat because every now and again I see this little bit of bait dangling that I've just got to gobble up, and we don't. Rampage is always in the chat. He's a massive supporter of ours, whether it be on social media, on every single show, but he loves being right and he loves picking people up when they're wrong and he loves to correct people. And he said to me, Milan really disappointed me at the weekend when they played Cadiz. Rampage. They're not even in the same league. You meant Spezia, all right? So
Don't.
Your
What are
brain
you
is going
smoking,
too
Rampage?
fast. Rampage, he's just clueless. You know
Cadiz,
what I mean?
Cadiz
He's watching too much. His brain's fried.
West of Spain. It's got a lovely beach there. They do great seafood. You can have a cabeza.
Exactly. So now everyone in the chat, hammer Rampage. Because listen, he's got a cleaning lady who's told him that Milan played against Cadiz at the weekend. And obviously, thumbs up now. Thumbs up because we smashed Rampage. Milan, do they go there and win at -105? Because Red Star, they're a giant, absolute giant in the history books in European games. But nowadays, Alex, are they the same?
Even Steaua Bucharest are an absolute giant in the history books of the Champions League. But
well, in your book, they're a giant, not in ours.
Right, because they won a Champions League once in 1986. Remember that. But that's another thing.
1986.
Sorry?
No, it's like yesterday, 1986.
This is why I said in the history of the Champions, because you mentioned Red Star Belgrade being a great team in the history.
Well, yeah, because
yes,
I used to love the history. Red Star. I used to love the Red Star team because that's where all your top Yugoslavian players used to come through. And listen, they were proper talents and proper men, by the way. 19-year-olds.
Also now they are coming, but not in that how you say that many players. No, I think that 1-2 per season from that league are going to Germany. Again, Germany, who are taking all the talented players in Europe, the youngsters, and they transform them in beasts. Yeah, I think that Red Star Belgrade are struggling to score against big names, like a friend of ours said on the chat. I think that this is a lineup checker, but I think that you can say that Red Star can score against AC Milan, who are mainly focused on the derby at the weekend and on Serie A right now because they lost points and they are second in the standings. So I really think that 1.85 for both teams to score is a good value bet.
Okay, 1.85. That's -115 or -120-ish. I mean, a lot of people are just going to look and think Milan, but it's got to be a lineup check. As I think it was Unique in the chat said, Flash, where's the halftime draw? I cannot put my house or my children or my clothes on any halftime draws in these games because maybe Sociedad and Man United. But listen, it's tough. It's a tough ask because I think there's goals right the way through this card. Let's have a little look at the official picks, please, Freddie. Okay, Alex, picks. I thought it was going to be Martin's picks there because obviously he's gone for Young Boys. Alex Classic at -110. Benfica, the Alex Classic at +100. Lille, both teams to score, -135. Sociedad, both teams to score, -130. Salzburg, Alex Classic, -110. Martin's picks, Leicester, +115. Arsenal, draw no bet, -118. It's now about -125. Real Sociedad, both teams to score at -130. Lille, draw no bet at +115. Did I say that? That's now gone to -105. And Milan at +110, and that's now -1. Martin, have you got the Flash's bookie, by the way? You're getting some prices here.
I put these together on Friday night when I said.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I love that. I wish everyone else did it as efficiently as you. But don't take that personally, Alex, because you are just as efficient as Martin. It's them other clowns that come on, especially that Italian one who gives me their picks about 5 seconds before we go on air. Flash's picks: Leicester +110, Leverkusen +110, and Sociedad, both teams to score, -130. Now, can you boys think of... do you want to get rid of that, Freddie, or do you like that graphic that much you want to stare at it all day? Thank you. Free team parlay. Can we get 3 teams out of these 10 we've just picked? You have a little think up, please, gentlemen. But first of all, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. Ring the bell means I'll notify you. You'll never miss any content again. If it's your first time, get yourself in the chat. They're a good bunch in there. And listen, when you see Rampage, give him a bit of stick because he loves it. He is definitely a stick with the donkey. We've got 125 of you watching, 68 thumbs up. That's now over 50%. There was 141. Also, press a link in the description that'll take you over to articles wrote by Alex, by Tam, by Martin. And every single sport that we cover on SBR is accompanied by an article. So you can follow us on @SBR Sports Picks, which we're always on it, 24/7. Someone's on it. So you got questions? You want to throw something out there? We don't sleep. I sleep. Alex doesn't sleep. Okay, 3 team parlay. We're going to have 1 each. Okay, Alex, fire away.
I think that there are 3 matches who scream goals here over 2.5.
I just want 1 from you, please.
Well, I'm giving you all 3 for.
Why
for
are you giving me all 3? Don't intimidate myself and Martin. That's all you're doing. You're pushing your knowledge over on us. Well, come back with the other 2. Give me your first 1, please.
So I think that Young Boys Leverkusen over 2.5 goals.
Young Boys over 2.5 goals. What price is that?
The price for that is at 1.66 minus 150.
Okay, so minus 150. Okay, Martin?
Arsenal, draw no bet.
You love Arsenal.
Love Arsenal. Well, of course I love Arsenal.
Arsenal, draw no bet, and that's at what, minus
Martin?
130 now?
It's gone into minus 125 now.
Okay, minus 125 is better than the minus 130 that I wrote. I'm going Sociedad and... am I though? No, I'm going Leverkusen win. Oh, I can't because you've gone over 2.5 goals. I'm going to go with Leicester win. Leicester win. No, you don't. Oh, is that an all? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Salzburg, Villarreal, both teams to score.
I like it.
Okay. You changed it. Okay. Very good. So the 3 teams that I was saying for the over 2.5 are the ones that I said to you. Young Boys versus Leverkusen, Lille versus Ajax, and Salzburg versus Villarreal. I think that all 3 of them can go over 2.5, and I think that is a good parlay bet.
Okay, thank you very much to everybody who's took part in the chat. Remember, if it is your first time, then you're welcome, and we really appreciate your support. And if you haven't so far, which is 150 of you, 122 watching, 72 thumbs up, press your thumbs up on the way out. See you on Thursday when we have Serie A at 08:30. We have the Bundesliga at 11:30 on Thursday, and the Premier League at 14:30, and the red hot La Liga. It's the hottest show around at 11:30 on Friday with myself, with Martin, and whoever La Liga lowdown throw at me. See you soon. You take care.
Take care, guys.